welcome back to another episode of Talking Toku, Boston and Bellingham's only podcast about Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, and all their kaiju friends. I am your host, David Scrivani.
I'm Brian.
Apologies for the yet again a week off, but hey, that's the deal with holidays, man. We don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose we could have recorded like on a different day of the week, but like that would have totally screwed up my schedule in terms of editing these. And you know, it's just a pain in the ass, and I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Also, we're lazy. We wanted a week off.
This is also true. Also, we didn't really know what we were doing until like 2 or 3 days ago.
That's not true.
Okay, 4 days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had this idea between Jurassic World Dominion, which again fucking sucks, bad movie, but between that and Prehistoric Park, I almost said Pacific Rim. I think I did that last time too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, between Jurassic World and Prehistoric Planet, at least for me, my love of dinosaurs has sort of been rekindled, and I'm like, fuck, man, dinosaurs rock. So today we're just gonna be talking about dinosaurs, and I know it's like not really kaiju related, but like
we make the rules here, not you.
Yeah, this is our podcast. You want to give us shit about it? Go for it. Come on our socials, argue with us, debate me, liberal.
Also, I'm willing to bet that people who like, giant monsters definitely like dinosaurs.
Oh, absolutely they do. Abso-fucking-lutely they do. I mean,
it's not even a Venn diagram. It's literally
just a circle. Yeah.
It's a circle. Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, myself included, and I'm sure yourself included, that's love of dinosaurs is what led to the love of kaiju.
Dude, I fucking loved dinosaurs as a kid.
Exactly. Okay, well, because we took another week off, we have a fucking shitload of news for you this week. And it's actually, there's some juicy bits in here, let me tell you. Brian, do you want to start or do you want me to start? It doesn't really matter. There's a lot here.
Our first piece of news. What would a short hiatus of Talking Toku be without a Mill Creek Ultraman announcement? Nothing. Coming September 20th, Ultraman Cosmos will be getting a DVD set and will include all three of the series' tie-in films: Ultraman Cosmos, The First Contact, Ultraman Cosmos 2, The Blue Planet, and finally, Ultraman Cosmos vs. Ultimate Justice, The Final Battle. Also coming on the 20th, the short-lived Ultraman Neos will be getting a DVD release as well. They still do those? Also, though we don't have any concrete release date for these, Ultraman Max and Ultraman Nexus will be dropping later this year, with the latter containing the excellent Ultraman, the next film, which I am very excited to finally see. There's a lot of Ultraman shit coming out.
The other day, July 10th was Ultraman Day, so there's a bunch of
that'll do it.
Yeah, because July 10th was when Ultraman, or the original Ultraman, first premiered in 1966. So, happy belated Ultraman Day. We probably should have done something Ultraman related for this episode, but fuck it, dinosaurs.
Probably, but we're bad at our jobs.
We are bad at our jobs. Yeah, it's not even a job.
This is free. This is charity on our end.
Yeah, we're bad at our hobby. We're bad at our hobby, I guess, would be the way to
Can you really be bad at a hobby, though?
I don't know. Well,
because you're doing it for free. There's not really any stakes.
Yeah, if anyone can be bad at a hobby, it's probably us, though. Let's be honest.
No.
What did I say earlier today, Brian? Minds think alike because we're not great minds.
No, you say. Hold on. Going back to the archives.
Okay. The archives of like a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Literally didn't even need to scroll up very far. You said, LOL, minds think alike. Not great minds. We're pretty far from great minds. And then I said, yeah, we're a few steps up from mediocre.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems pretty accurate.
But, self-deprecation is our game, boys.
You know it, baby. But yeah, Ultraman, cool Ultraman. I know, like Max and Nexus. Max especially, people fucking love Max. So
I feel
yeah,
like every time there's a Mill Creek announcement, there's just new Ultraman series that I've never heard of before.
yeah. Well, now you're gonna hear
And
of
I
them
already
running.
have I've already heard of a bajillion of
Yeah,
them.
and there's still. I don't know how a bunch there are. I could be wrong. We might be winding down. I could be wrong about that though. I think some of the like. No, because Max was 2005. So maybe we are winding down on like the mainline stuff. I mean, there's still. I didn't include this in that news segment because we already mentioned it, but I mean, there's still the Ultraman Zerth and Ultraman Kids, but those are like spin-offs. They're not mainline Ultraman releases. I mean, hell, Neos isn't really a mainline Ultraman release either. I don't think, but yeah, I think I again I could be wrong. I think we might be winding down on Mill Creek Ultraman stuff. I'd have to look
Until
further
they
into.
re-released it again
You
on
know,
a new
now
format.
now I'm fucking curious. I'm gonna look up Ultraman series and see which ones we have they've released already and which ones they haven't. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we have all the Showa stuff. We have Ultra Q, Ultraman, Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, Ace, Taro, Leo, The Ultraman 80. We all have those. Okay. We don't have Towards the Future, and we don't have the Ultimate Hero. And those are those weird ones that are like they're not super. I don't know. I don't know if people consider them mainline, but those were like one of them was an Australian co-production, and the other one was an American co-production. But I assume they're going to be dropping those at some point. Tiga, Dyna, Gaia, those are all just released.
Heard of those before.
Neos, Cosmos. Oh, Ultra Q Dark Fantasy. We don't have that yet. Nexus, Max, Mebius. Those also are a thing. Ultra 7X, that's a thing. Mega Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, that's been released. Ultraman Retsuden, I don't. Is that even an actual series? I thought that was just like. I don't think that's an actual series. I don't know. That's where. I don't know why that's included. Neo Ultra Q, that's been released. Ginga, yes. X, yes. Orb, yes. Zero the Chronicle, yes. Jeed, yes. Orb, Chronicle. Oh, I know. That's another fucking. We don't care about that one. RB, yes. Taiga has not been released yet, nor has Zet. Honestly, that's the thing. Like with Mill Creek, they had like when they announced that they had gotten the rights to the Ultra franchise, like Taiga was still airing, and they didn't include that on their list of series they got. So the newer ones are still kind of we're not sure yet.
Maybe they only included what had been released
Yeah, I don't know.
already. But
yeah, for like mainline stuff, we're almost done basically.
unless they do a new thing where they're just like, all right, now we're gonna release all the new ones too.
Yeah, I mean, I know people really love Taiga. I think people consider Taiga to be one of the better, like one of the some of the. I know Jared, friend of the show, Jared considers Taiga like one of, if not the best of the new generation stuff.
Have you watched it?
I have not. No.
You want to do a watch party and then we can get friend of the show Jared back on and talk about it?
I mean, if it
That'd be pretty awesome.
I'd be down for that. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we're spending a lot of time on
Speaking of watching, by the way, I just pulled it off my shelf, but I will watch the original Ultraman.
Oh,
tonight.
very nice.
We'll start watching it. It's sitting on top of my PlayStation.
Love to hear that. Finally. All
it's gonna happen.
All right. So, we got a big update on the next MonsterVerse film. If an Instagram post from Village Roadshow Studios is to be believed, it looks like they're going to be starting filming pretty soon. The Instagram post mentions that that set construction has begun for the third installment of the Kong films. For one thing, it looks pretty likely that the Son of Kong rumors that were circulating a couple months ago are actually accurate, which would be really cool. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I hope it's good. But not only that, Legendary has also announced officially the release date for this still untitled MonsterVerse film, March 15th, 2024. So get excited for a potentially mediocre film.
I was gonna say, do I have to get excited?
No, you don't. It's not.
Okay.
You're not obligated. But no, actually, we're talking Toku, so we have to get excited.
Well,
We're required. It's in our contract.
as far as I'm concerned, 2023 will most likely be the year of our extinction.
This
so.
is true. So
Alright.
maybe we won't even need to care about Untitled Monsterverse film.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the world will end on the day it's released.
Or the day before, March 14th.
The day before. The day before. Yeah,
Or you know what?
that would be-
So a lot of theaters, they do like advanced screenings like 2 days before. So like the Wednesday before. So maybe the world will end like 60 seconds before the first screening of the film, the first public screening.
Hold on. You know what? No, I got a better option.
Okay.
How about the world ends on February 15th? Because that's my birthday. I'll be 26, and I'll probably want the world to end by then, anyways.
Okay, fair enough.
February 15th, 2024. I'll be 26. So,
All right.
God.
You heard it here first, folks. The world's ending February 15th, 2024. Just call us Harold Camping.
Yep.
Jesus
Oh my
fucking
God.
Christ.
Someone call internet historian, please.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All two of our Talking Toku listeners should
Yeah.
like start like cycling this like end of the world prophecy around, see if we can get any traction on it.
Yeah. There
We'll
we
pick it
go.
up
Oh God.
the day after Valentine's Day. What a bummer.
I see no problem with that.
All right. Well, our third piece of news. Speaking of the MonsterVerse,
That was quite
filming
a long
has also
pause.
started on the Apple TV Plus series that I know you definitely didn't cancel your subscription to, you coward. Under the working title of simply Monarch, we also have some casting news. And how do you say that?
Oh, come on, Brian. It's not even that hard.
Sawa.
So why? So why?
Why? Ninja Assassin F9 The Fast Saga will play Kate, an ex-school teacher who managed to survive the traumatic G-Day. That's so fucking stupid.
It really is stupid. I hate that.
I hate that a lot. Kate travels to Japan to get her family affairs in order, but ends up discovering shocking secrets, which will prompt her to relentlessly search for answers. Kiersey Clemens, a dope sweetheart, will play May, an American expat. What? Expat?
I assume I don't. That's
Expatriate?
I guess. Brian, I literally lifted. There's quotes on here. I lifted this from an IndieWire article.
Fair enough. All right. Who is a hard time letting people in, extremely intelligent and analytical. She's always several steps ahead of everyone else when it comes to deciphering codes and finding loopholes.
She's a hacker.
Joe Tip. Yeah.
She's hacker man.
Hacker. Okay. Part of Anonymous.
Yeah.
Joe Tippett, mayor of Easttown and the morning show, is Tim, a guy who longs to participate in a secret agent style adventure. The problem is his eagerness might get him in trouble.
Oh.
That is probably the most realistic fucking guy
Yeah.
in any of these. Just a guy who wants to go on an adventure.
You guys know that Twitter account, Make Up a Guy? That seems like the kind of guy that would be made up on there.
Yeah. My God. It's like, I don't even know. All right. And finally, Ren Watabe, 461 Days of Bento, in his second role ever, at least according to IMDb, is set to play Kentaro, a boy who decides to investigate his mysterious father's past, but ends up discovering his own talents and finding his own path in the process. I'm gonna be really honest with you. All these characters sound really boring.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey,
I mean, like,
you
maybe
never know.
maybe in practice, like, they're
Yeah.
gonna be more interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
like, They all sound so like
Generic.
overdone.
Yeah, like literally
Like-
like a lot of generic like action movie, like actions
Yeah.
like current generic science fiction action movie characters. Again,
Like,
maybe it'll be good in
Close
practice.
closed off hacker person who's like
Literally.
really smart but quiet. Like, dude,
Yeah.
if I had a nickel for every time that character's been used in something, I'd be Jeff Bezos.
Right.
Or well, maybe not Jeff Bezos, more maybe like I don't know, maybe like the CEO of the company I work for.
Hmm. But yeah,
A
that's
lot.
some big news on Untitled MonsterVerse show. Apparently, there was a rumor title of Godzilla and the Titans, which sounds more like a children's show than anything.
I was gonna say that does sound a lot like a children's show.
But I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, no, I don't think it's going to be the case. But
All right, Dave, question.
yes.
Do you think this or the movie will be more mediocre? Which one?
Um, I it's hard. It's hard to say because the movie is being, I believe, is being directed by Adam Wingard, who did Godzilla vs Kong, and the
Okay.
show is being showrun by Matt Shackman, who was the showrunner for WandaVision, and he's also directed a couple episodes of Fargo, The Boys, and Game of Thrones.
Well, those are all pretty well received
Yeah,
shows.
I don't know what episodes of Game of Thrones he did. Oh, hold on. Which ones are these? Okay, hold on. I got to see if these are good episodes.
Okay.
What was the last season of Game of Thrones? Is that okay? This is the second to last season that he directed. Which episode was this? God, I don't even remember any of this stuff because just like everyone else, I've tried to forget about Game of Thrones after the last season. What was it?
That's why I feel
Eastwatch?
so good about not having ever watched it.
Literally. Okay, well, he directed The Spoils of War and Eastwatch. I don't remember which ones either of those are. But I didn't think the second to last season was that bad. I thought it was solid. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got for you. Does it say which episodes The Boys he did? Because I want to know that. Because The Boys fucking rocks.
I need to watch that.
It's so good. Oh, hold on, I can get it here. Let's see. Okay, did it just lie to me? Oh, okay. He did the second episode of the first season.
Ah.
That is the only
Okay.
episode he did. But yeah, cool.
Well, with that information, I'm gonna say that the show will probably be better than the movie.
I agree as well. Because again, I think actually, which season of Fargo did he direct? Because those are all. I'm sorry, I keep going on and on about this. Let's see.
More editing for you.
I know it's fine. I barely edit anyways at this point.
God.
List of episodes. Let's see. Matt Shackman, where are you? Okay, he did what looks like just the last two episodes of season 1, and I really like season 1. I think it's better than season 2, which is a hot take. Everyone loves season 2. But yeah, okay. And Fargo's a fucking incredible show. So yeah, no, I think based on the information we have so far, which is admittedly not a lot, I think the show is going to be better, personally.
Same. Agreed.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Moving on, because we're already at 20 minutes and we're not even halfway through our news yet.
Video games.
Yeah, gamer time. Bandai Namco has announced the next entry in the Monster Rancher franchise, Ultra Kaiju Monster Farm. That's right, it's an Ultraman crossover.
Is it gonna be like Slime Rancher but with kaiju?
I mean, Monster Rancher's a long-running franchise now. I've never played any of the games, but
Oh,
I don't know.
that I wouldn't even know.
Yeah. Anyways, launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch next year in Japan, there are also plans to bring the game here to the US the following year. So
If you didn't have a Switch,
I don't have a Switch, but now
should fix
might be
that.
time to get one.
Yeah, you should fix that.
I should. If I want to play Ultra Kaiju Monster Farm,
Yeah, you could also get Smash Brothers, and I can
Kick my ass because I'm fucking terrible at Smash Brothers.
yeah, I can also just play as Bowser, and Bowser is this really funny move where you do like a grab slam, and you can like very easily grab a person and then just slam them off the map. It's really funny.
Nice. Love
Yeah,
that.
but like you go with them.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a suicide move,
Nice.
but it's really disrespectful.
All right. Cool.
It's really funny. I do it to Corey all the time.
So,
Not friend of the show, Corey, because he's never been on here and he never will.
yeah. Friend, but not friend of the show.
Friend of mine.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
he's an acquaintance of mine. I don't know him well enough to
Yeah,
call him a
you
friend.
played a couple rounds of Devour with
Yeah.
him.
I met
He's
him
kind of stupid.
briefly for like 10
Oh, yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Don't even remember what he looks
Okay.
like.
Well, next news, unless you wanted to
No,
say something else.
you go for it, my friend.
All right. A spin-off series for Ultra Galaxy Fight, The Destined Crossroad, was announced. Ultraman Regulos is now in development and will focus on the titular hero who made his debut in that film. I should probably watch that film and probably finish the previous Ultra Galaxy Fight series. That's Dave talking, not me, because I am.
I mean, you haven't watched him either, so it still works.
I haven't. Hey, we can do watch parties now because you have a
We
computer.
can. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know anything about Regulus. I think he was teased at the end of the Absolute Conspiracy, but I had like 2 episodes left of Absolute Conspiracy and I didn't finish it. Oh well.
His name sounds like regular.
Yeah. I mean, he looks cool. That's all I got for it. He looks cool.
So he doesn't look regular.
No, he does not look regular, Brian.
Okay.
Moving on, more Ultraman news because we got so much fucking Ultraman news. Jesus fucking Christ.
There's so much news, dude. Holy
Again, it was Ultraman Day. In a hilarious turn of events regarding theatrical Ultraman releases, Iconic Events will be releasing Ultraman Theatrical Edition later this year. Because, you know, everyone wants to see the first season of the boring Netflix anime rather than Shin Ultraman in theaters. I'm so upset. I'm very, very upset by this.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Like we've had a couple screenings of Shin Ultraman in the States, but it's like only been at like film festivals. There has not been anywhere just like a wider release, which really blows.
Maybe it's coming.
I would hope, but like I feel like they would have announced that on Ultraman Day.
Watch them just like unceremoniously drop it on a streaming service.
I mean, their Ultraman connection exists. They could do that. I don't know why they would. I would like to see it in theaters. That's what they did with Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, but like Shin Godzilla's got the Godzilla name. More people know
I guess,
Godzilla.
but Super Eye has been like really, really pushing Ultraman in the States now. So you would think,
Yeah.
for this big budget production, they would put that in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does really kind of just depend on how they market it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even remember what Shin Godzilla's marketing cycle looked like. I forgot.
I don't know. It was all Funimation doing it, so it was like only okay. But like, hey, new Godzilla, I want to see it because it's Godzilla.
It's true.
But yeah, so
okay, I got the cool news story.
Did get the cool news story that I added 10 seconds before we got on call.
Oh my god. We have another quick update of Brush of the God. Typo.
Yeah,
Dave.
that's me. My bad.
You best believe we're including any and all backer updates from Kickstarter in here. From Daisuke Sato, filming of the human drama part of Brush of the God has been completed. Special effects, Tokusatsu, part will continue to be filmed. We will not be able to announce the cast and other information until further notice. But please look forward to a truly splendid cast. Sounds like things are going pretty well with the production. As always, we'll continue to update you guys with updates on the film. I am confident in saying that Brush of the God is probably one of our most anticipated movies coming up. I'm fucking psyched.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
It's
am psyched about it.
yeah, I mean again, we've talked about it multiple times. If Howl from Beyond the Fog is any indication as to at least for effects work, if Howl from Beyond the Fog is any indication as to the quality of the effects work for this film, it's gonna be fucking incredible. It's gonna be legitimately like one of the finest pieces of tokusatsu, I think.
Yeah. Well, for me, like what is so intriguing about this project is because Howl from Beyond the Fog wasn't only a great piece of tokusatsu media, but it was just so goddamn unique. Like you
Mhm.
literally will find something like that anywhere else.
Exactly.
And if they bring that spark into this movie, I think we're gonna have something that's
Mhm.
like really special.
Well, I don't
So
think Keizo Miraze has like directed anything before. I think this is his directorial debut. Like again, he's been
Oh.
he's been trying to get this made since like the 60s or 70s. Um so you know, much like Mad God from Phil Tippett. So
that just came out, didn't it?
it did, and I watched it the other
I keep
day.
seeing marketing for it all over the place.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Actually, shout out to one of my favorite YouTube channels, Dead Meat. They did a podcast on it, and I didn't listen to it because
Oh,
I
did
want to
they?
watch the
Oh, I'll have
movie.
to
Yeah,
listen to that.
yeah, they
Now that
did
I've
a
seen
whole
it.
episode on it.
Very
And I was like, hey,
nice.
Dave and I talked about that movie on the
We
podcast
did.
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we could watch it and review it because I definitely need to see it again to understand what the fuck was in that movie.
Is it just an information fuck or
It is
what?
an 85-minute long fever dream, and I will let you do with that information what you will.
All right. I do like those
Yes.
because you know me, I like movies that. Is it existential?
I think so.
Is it like existential horror or what?
Yeah, kinda near the end.
Is it eldritch?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm all in on that.
Damn right
So,
you are. All right,
yeah.
finally, our last piece of news. Took us fucking half an hour to get here, but here we are. We'll be talking about dinosaurs in just a little bit. Don't you? What the Finally, our last piece of news. Took us fucking half an hour to get here, but here we are. And this is kind of a downer, unfortunately. We lost yet another tokusatsu legend. And just like with Akira Takarada earlier this year, legend is really the only fitting word for special effects director Teruyoshi Nakano. Nakano passed away on June 27th at the age of 86 due to sepsis. Nakano was Eiji Tsuburai's ward on various tokusatsu productions such as Matango, Mothra vs. Godzilla, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Invasion of Astro Monster, and many more, before taking over the reins for Tsuburaya as Toho's go-to special effects director on stuff like Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Submersion of Japan, Prophecies of Nostradamus, as well as both Mechagodzilla films.
Ooh.
And I think one of the last big productions he was director on was The Return of Godzilla, which that has some excellent effects work in that film.
Damn right it does.
Yeah. We were talking about this when the news first dropped. We've had like so many huge losses in the tokusatsu world recently. Obviously, having started in the 1950s, it's understandable that we've had so many, but you know, it doesn't exactly make it any better.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, it sucks because like all these big, tokusatsu legends, they're like up there in age and like
Yeah.
unfortunately like they're all about the same age and we're,
Mhm.
kind of,
And
they're
you
all
know-
hitting like 80s and their 80s and 90s and shit. So it's just like
Yeah. You know what's really a shame I realized when I was typing this out? Akira Takarada was the last person alive who was involved with the original Godzilla.
holy shit.
Yeah. Which is
God damn.
a damn shame. I mean, maybe one of like the child actors, maybe some of them are still alive, but like, those were basically extras essentially. But
Well,
Takarada was
the main
yeah.
like, cast.
yeah, cast and like directorial crew team. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that
Yeah.
kind of the old guard has all since moved on. But,
Yeah, it's one of those things like with, being a fan of, an art form that's been around for so long. But like, like long enough that it's only within a couple lifetimes, but
Right.
like you have the original for original cast of these movies. They're not infinite, but
Hmm.
it just sucks. It just means you got to honor it.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing here on Talking Toku.
We're carrying the torch. We're not smart, and we're definitely bad at this hobby, but we're definitely carrying something.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
yep. Rest in peace, Teruyoshi
Rest in
Nakano.
peace. Mhm.
We'll
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what we
I
should do?
watched.
We should do something like an episode that's like very much focused on the tokusatsu art form. I feel like we haven't done anything like that.
We haven't done a discussion piece in a good while
I mean, that's what
about
this
like.
is really, but you know.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like the actual topic of this podcast. As a
Right,
whole.
right. Yeah. So
Well, listeners, if you have any recommendations on topics, let us know.
yeah, please.
Maybe we'll ask around to some friends of the friends.
Friends. How many
I
friends
don't
of
know.
the show we do have? I can't remember.
We only have
Do we
2.
count Jake?
Yeah, we do count Jake.
Okay.
But would Jake really have input?
No, probably not.
Would he just? I feel like he'd just shrug.
I mean, he probably would like. He would probably like recommend like an anime. That's like,
Fair enough.
you know,
We haven't covered an anime in a while.
we haven't.
Well, besides Pacific Rim: The Black. But
Yeah, I want to. I
really anime.
no, actually, because I think
Uh.
that's actually technically like an Australian production, not a Japanese production. So I don't think Netflix
Right.
says it's an anime, but I don't think I consider it an anime.
Well, that's like that's the thing I always get confused about. Is anime the actual style, or is it just the country of origin?
Well, I don't remember. I had this discussion with someone.
I think you and I talked about this.
Was it you and me? It probably was.
I think we
Yeah,
did.
yeah, it was.
We do repeat conversations all the
I don't know
time.
what the fuck
I remember this.
I don't know what the context was, but Wikipedia says anime is hand drawn and computer generated animation originating from Japan.
You know what? I remember exactly when we talked about this.
Yeah.
It was when we were watching a unnamed show that we're not going to mention until much later. Because we were both on Netflix, and I was looking through to get to the episode.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I don't think Pacific Rim: The Black technically counts as anime because it's not from Japan.
True. Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
Well.
Wikipedia says is a Japanese American adult animated streaming television service series. So
What?
I don't know. I guess it's kind of both. Oh, it's animated by Polygon and they're Japanese. So okay, it's anime.
Oh.
So it's weird. So
Okay.
it's made. It's made by. It's animated by a Japanese studio, but all the voice casts, like the original, those are all English speaking voice actors. Like there's not like it's not like the English version is the original version. It's not like an English dub like most anime.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? I'll give it to it. Pacific Rim: The Black, you're an anime.
Okay, so then we have covered an anime.
We have. I mean, we've also covered Evangelion, which is
That's
100%.
true, but that's been a
anime.
while.
It has been a
But
while.
that's on the chopping block for a redo.
Yeah, I will say, on the Kaiju United Discord server, which hey, go join us there if you want. I think someone posted a very, very nice looking figure of Gridman that just got revealed, and I'm like, huh. I should probably watch Dinosaurs and maybe peer pressure Brian into watching Gridman so we can do an episode on it. So
You know what the easiest way to get me to do that is?
watch it with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've noticed that.
social interaction, man.
Yeah.
Does wonders.
It really does. Okay. We've talked enough about anime and bullshit like that. It's time to talk about motherfucking dinosaurs.
Dinomania.
Yeah. Goddamn right. So dinosaurs are pretty cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that dinosaurs ignited my passion for giant things,
Giant things.
giant monsters.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know.
because back when you and I were kids, we thought they were just big giant fucking lizards.
A lot of people
Not
actually. Well,
not big birds.
I feel like that's sort of inaccurate. You and I thought that, but I feel like most people like in the older people like I think the bird connection was like relatively well known at that point.
Yeah.
But
But how you learn about this stuff as
yeah,
a kid. Like a lot of the depictions of them were like lizards. Like they
yeah.
looked like lizards.
I
Like
mean that's kind of still the case to this day,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about it on our cool Godzilla retrospective episode that like, you know, it's because of dinosaurs that we liked Godzilla. I mean, what could be better for a dinosaur loving kid than a giant dinosaur that breathes fire and destroys cities? I mean, come on. That's like the next step into
Bigger
greatness.
dinosaur.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not even going to attempt to try to determine why I like dinosaurs. Every fucking kid likes dinosaurs. And if you didn't, you're lying to me. And I don't like people who lie to me.
There's just something like I think honestly, Prehistoric Planet did a really good job of explaining why people like dinosaurs so much because they're just so like. I guess the only word I can really think of is they're just like incredible to think about that they existed in the first place.
They are like some of the most unique creatures that ever existed.
Yeah, because like they're like animals, like like that they were like animals and they acted like animals, and you have like a frame of reference for like where we're living now, and like we have some animals that are like kind of like what dinosaurs were like, but it's other than that, like it's pretty alien. Like it's just wild.
I mean, there's very few animals that exist today that you can really see, like that evolutionary track. Like obviously, there's the whole thing like, oh, they evolved into birds, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like, yeah, we get that, but like it only goes so far. Like you can't really look at a chicken and say, oh yeah, that used to be a T-Rex. You imagine you have to like really kind of stretch the imagination to really see that. And I think maybe that'll like
most people say that as a joke.
Oh yeah, I know, but like,
I think to try and visualize how a T-Rex evolved into supposedly, if you follow that logic, if it turned into a chicken, that's just not.
Yeah,
that's not accurate.
No, it's not. I mean,
evolution doesn't really
very much
work
hyperbole.
Like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at like larger birds, like then you kind of start to see where it falls into place. Like, I mean, everyone talks about the shoebill. The shoebill, that's just a dinosaur, man. You can't convince me otherwise. Do you know what I'm talking about, Brian?
Even like, no, I'm gonna look this up though. How do you spell that?
Shoebill. The two words put together.
Holy shit, that's a dinosaur.
That's just a dinosaur,
That is a dinosaur. Man, even this picture looks like something straight out of I wish I could put this on I wish I could put this picture on, but I can't because you're listening to this, not watching it.
I know, it's a shame.
But this right this
It's a fucking goofy looking picture.
It is a goofy looking picture, but it does kind of look like something out of Prehistoric.
It does. It really does. Yeah. So like stuff like that, and like to a lesser extent, like ostriches, like they look very dinosaur like, and that's where it starts to go. And like honestly, you look at any feet of avian species, like that looks like the typical like scaly dinosaur feet,
Yeah.
I mean, that's right there.
Aside from like aside from, I guess the land dinosaurs, like when I was watching Prehistoric Planet, and honestly, we're gonna mention Prehistoric Planet a shit ton.
We are, yeah.
Because I think this entire thing is a result of us watching that show.
It really very much is,
and loving the shit out of it. But like the parts in the show where they like show like the mosasaur and shit, I was just like, that's just a big crocodile with fins.
Yeah, I mean it's a big lizard whale essentially.
And I'm just thinking, like, that's insane.
Yeah,
That's so sick.
I
And
fucking
like I know that crocodiles existed back then too, because like
yeah. I mean,
crocodiles and alligators are basically dinosaurs.
yeah, because
Still.
like, wasn't there a thing where it's like sharks and alligators slash crocodiles where it's like
Sharks have been around for
they've like largely remained unchanged evolutionarily.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's only been like some larger species that went extinct due to lack of food, but
the
like the
Meg,
smaller ones,
the Meg, Brian, the Meg.
the Meg, there's still got to be one out there, I believe. I'm a firm believer.
uh,
It's buried in some ocean dust down
yeah.
there. All you got to do is just drop a penny and break the smoke wall.
That is what the what that was, huh? It was just like
Yeah.
another ocean, another trench, but below the Marianas Trench.
Dave, it was an ocean in the ocean.
Oh God.
Someday we're gonna talk about the Meg on
Oh,
this
we
show.
are absolutely going to talk about the Meg on this show, and I cannot wait for that day.
But yeah, personally, for me, when it comes to dinosaurs, my favorite topic within dinosaurs to talk about is actually water dinosaur, like
Marine
aquatic
reptiles.
dinosaur, marine reptile, like that shit's so fucking cool to me.
Mhm.
Like prehistoric oceans are just like, it's so wild
Yeah.
because like they've just found they found like fossils of like these crazy fucking fish and like ocean reptiles and shit. And I'm just like, if that's like what people make horror movies out of today.
Yeah, I know.
Like man, I don't remember what they were. It was like a giant piranha looking thing. I remember it very distinctly from one of those old like TV movies, like Walking with Dinosaurs or whatever.
Mhm.
But it was like an ocean one. I do not remember it. I'd have to look it up. But that's my favorite.
Oh my God. Speaking of Walking with Dinosaurs, I saw this tweet the other day where like people were complaining about Chris Pratt like basically choke holding a Dilophosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion, and then they just have a whole like sizzle reel of the dude from Walking with Dinosaurs just like handling these creatures and then just kind of yeeting them off the screen. And it was really really funny.
I think I want to rewatch Walking with Dinosaurs. I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Neither have I, honestly.
Did you know that they had a Walking with Dinosaurs like stage show or whatever?
I think I did. That does sound vaguely familiar.
And I went to it.
Did you really? Wow.
I did go to it. There was one in Boston. My dad took me.
Oh man, why didn't I get to go to
it? Was actually real. I mean, looking at it and remembering it through the lens of my like 8-year-old brain, I thought it was the coolest shit ever.
I'm sure.
I don't know but they used like human powered animatronics kind of, where like they were like in like a mid suit or whatever, and then they kind of just walk it around, and it looks like a dinosaur. But
I mean, I think even Jurassic World has a stage show with like pretty solid looking
Did they get Chris Pratt?
I don't think they got Chris Pratt, but like I'm looking at this and that's a big fucking Tyrannosaur, man. Hold on.
Oh, on the stage show?
Yeah, hold on. Let me post this in the doc here. That's a look at that thing. That's enormous.
Oh my God. I don't remember that, but I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
God, that's cool.
I know. But yeah, it's fucking dinosaurs, man. That's all I got.
Fucking dinosaurs. This is very unstructured episode here.
It is, but we knew that going into this. We really did. Do we want to talk about what our favorite dinosaurs have been, Brian?
Yes, I do want to talk about my favorite dinosaurs.
Go for it.
Okay. I have to think about it. You go.
Okay.
No, I mean, like I do actually think that like it's hard to talk about though, because like a lot of what my favorite dinosaurs are like not actually what they were.
Yeah.
A lot of it's been influenced by media.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But
that's
like,
understandable though. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, it's not really my fault,
it's
you
like
know.
I mean, as a kid, you're not going to be like reading paleontology journals to
No.
fucking get every newest piece of information about these species.
And then
That's just that's just an unrealistic goal.
and then also like when it comes down to it, like, you have media that makes media about dinosaurs, and of course they want the dinosaurs to look as cool as possible and to act as mean as possible,
Yeah.
where that's just not how it was, because they were just animals,
Hmm.
and they want them to look mean because they're basically as monsters to chase around humans, you know how
Hmm.
it be. So like, as a kid, I really really loved the Jurassic Park velociraptors. I know it's like a very generic answer, but those Jurassic Park 3 velociraptors were like
Oh my
legit.
god, the Jurassic Park
They
3
were
Raptors are so cool.
I thought they were the coolest thing ever. That and the Spinosaurus. We could talk all day about Jurassic Park 3 and how it's we think it gets a bit too much shit
Yeah.
for what it
It's
is,
still not
but
a good movie, but like
it's not a good movie. But the dinosaurs in that movie were super fucking cool.
they were,
Like
yeah.
like we know the Spinosaurus doesn't look anything like the
No,
Spinosaurus looked in that
absolutely
movie,
not.
but it is like a super cool design. I love it. It's like visually striking.
Yeah.
Um, I think now I actually really like the Therizinosaurus, uh, salad
I
fingers,
wonder
as I
why.
call it, because it's goofy. And actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually really really dug the actual like Prehistoric Planet version more than the
Yeah.
Jurassic World Dominion
Oh yeah,
version.
yeah.
I thought the
I remember.
Jurassic World Dominion version was like kind of, really sick when I saw it, but then
Hmm.
like watching Prehistoric Planet and getting like a more accurate frame of reference, I was like, they didn't really need to change it all that much. I mean, it's a goofy motherfucker, but he's still got those big claws. He just uses it he uses it to smack shit out of trees.
Yeah.
And I just like, it's just so cool. And I know exactly what you're talking about when you were talking about how goofy they were in the
the,
show.
the little ones, yeah. Fucking
They
love that
just
shit.
getting attacked by a swarm of bees. I felt so bad.
Yeah. um but yeah, I mean as a kid, like obviously Tyrannosaurus Rex, like how
Yeah.
can you not like the T-Rex as a child?
The T-Rex, well, the Prehistoric Planet says it really well in all of the openings. Just like it just opens with the T-Rex, and it's
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
this singular fossil has captured the imagination of millions, and it's like I think that really comes down to it. Like it's
Yeah.
like T-Rex is fucking sick.
I know. I'm sure a lot of that like absolutely has to do with Jurassic Park, like
Yeah.
100%. Um
Mhm.
but as Chris Parnell and Maneater says, if your favorite dinosaur is a T-Rex, you're boring and you should find a new dinosaur.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Cuz one of the have you played Maneater?
I played probably about an hour of it.
Okay.
I'm going to finish it.
So there's like a bunch
Okay.
of different like little Easter eggs you can find, and one of the Easter eggs is just like a Tyrannosaurus skeleton under the ocean, and that's what he says when you find it. It's like if T-Rex is your favorite dinosaur, you're boring and you should find a new favorite dinosaur. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucking based a man-eater.
That's a hard line stance to take right
I
there.
know, but yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, it's been a while since I've like really thought about dinosaurs, so I don't really know, I don't know what I would consider my favorite nowadays, but I did for a long time. I did really really like Diplodocus, which was a big sauropod. Mostly because a lot of the time in
Oh yeah,
artistic
yeah. I know.
representations of Diplodocus, they always had such a cool like skin pattern, and I love those the
Yeah.
little spines they always seem to have too, going down their necks to the back. I love Diplodocus, and honestly, I've never
I
been big on like sauropods, but something about Diplodocus, man. Maybe it's the name. The name sounds cool.
So actually, funny story here. When I was watching Prehistoric Planet, I knew absolutely nothing of Dreadnoughtus.
Hmm.
and I think you know what I'm going to talk about, but it's like uh the like balloon things
Yeah,
that
the air
like
sacs.
inflate on it. I thought that was so fucking cool, and I
Yeah.
like it's just like that show. It really like highlighted all the stuff that you just don't even think about when it comes to
Hmm.
dinosaurs. Like I never like put it together that like animals of today they have like mating rituals or some shit where they like have to do something to get the
Yeah.
to get to get a female or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's just like that's like you just don't think about that shit.
Pour one out for my boy, the Carnotaurus, in that last
I
episode.
oh my god, that's literally what I was about to say too. Those tiny arms.
My
Now,
boy got rejected. Didn't
it's
deserve
such a
that.
bummer.
He put so
I
much
mean,
work
you
into
know
that
what?
dance.
Those arms do need a little bit of work,
They
but
do.
he put effort in, and I think he gets an A for effort.
I agree. He did a good job.
Yeah. Um.
I mean,
But
Carnotaurus too. That's a great one. And
yeah,
honestly,
Carnotaurus is cool.
shout out. It's not a great movie, but shout out to Disney's Dinosaur for using the Carnotaurus as its main like antagonist dinosaurs. Like that's good. Like you could have used T-Rex, but no, you went for the Carnotaurus.
Oh my god, I haven't seen Dinosaur in so
Neither
long.
have I, and I really kind of want to watch it to see if it holds up. I know a lot of people like don't like it, but like I want to rewatch it and see how it holds up.
It's one of those movies, kind of like The Land Before Time too, where like I used to watch it a lot as a
Yeah.
kid, and I haven't seen it in so long,
Hmm.
but I have like glimpses, like I remember like flashes of it, you know,
Yeah.
like I gotta rewatch all that. We should have watched these in preparation for this.
I think we meant to. Like I remember saying, "Oh, we should like get a list of like paleo media to watch before we do this," and then we never actually did that. So, oops.
Well, I mean, the thing is that we know that we watched them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So, well, there's another one that I just mentioned, The Land Before Time as well.
Yeah.
Were they a series of movies or are they just?
I mean, there are a series of movies, yeah, but like everything after the first one was direct to video.
Okay, I was
So
just making
the
sure.
quality, of course, dropped way fucking off.
But I remember watching that first movie so much.
Yeah, I mean, no,
With
the original Land Before Time is a great movie. I mean, it's a fucking bummer of a movie, but it's
It
still
is
really
a bummer
good.
of a movie.
I mean,
Does
there's
everyone?
obviously there's the whole thing with Littlefoot's parents being fucking murdered, but then there's
Yeah.
the guy, Rooter. I had I have the Wikipedia page up. Uh, Rooter, who kind of like he tries to comfort Littlefoot, but I think he just kind of ends up making him more depressed by accident.
Oh no.
I can't remember exactly what the line was. I'm kind of trying to remember because. So do you know Jenny Nicholson on YouTube, Brian?
No.
I love Jenny Nicholson. She does these like ridiculously in-depth video essays on all kinds of stuff. And when COVID first happened, and she was and everyone was in quarantine, she took it upon herself to marathon all 14 Land Before Time movies and did a review on them.
14 of them?
There are 14 of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Also, the original Land Before Time came out in 1988.
88. Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's something.
That was 10 years before I was born.
Yeah. It was 9 years before I was born.
God damn.
Yeah.
It was definitely before our time.
Yeah, for sure. Haha, I get it.
That's
Funny
the name
joke.
of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm a comedian.
You sure are, Brian. You sure are.
That's what I'm known for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Land Before Time especially was like one of the early ones because it's an animated film, and oh, cartoons are for kids, etc., etc. So like all dinosaur loving kids saw that goddamn movie, and I'm sure they saw
That
multiple
being
of the
said, though,
sequels too.
I don't think I've met a single person who hasn't seen this movie.
Right? Yeah, that's like one of those universal movies that like everyone sees as a kid.
Yeah. Because like I had it on VHS.
Hmm.
Or I remember that distinctly.
Yeah, I don't. I
Actually,
don't know if it's like.
we had two VHS copies of it because one was at my grandparents' house and then one was at my house.
Oh. I
Yeah.
remember I owned. Which one is this? This is I owned The Land Before Time 7, The Stone of Cold Fire. And that one was a musical for some reason. Apparently they're all
Not heard
musicals.
any of these sequels. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I remember when Jenny did her video on the series, apparently after the first one, every single one of these was a musical.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's for
Dinosaurs
kids.
have no concept of music.
No, they really don't. But also dinosaurs can't speak, so it's a shut up.
That's fair.
Yeah, so
God damn.
So yeah, Land Before Time is an interesting piece of paleo media. At least the sequels. The first one is still pretty like universally solid, I think. I mean, it's got.
I haven't seen it in a long
Neither
time,
have
but I have no reason to believe it's anything less than what I remember.
Yeah, I agree.
Favorite dinosaur, Dave?
Yeah,
The
favorite.
fuck?
I don't know. It's again. It's. I already said mine. Diplodocus.
That's right. Well, you say you can. I thought maybe you'd have like a couple, because like I don't have a favorite. I have like
You have a
group
couple.
of
That's
favorites.
fair. I mean, I guess I do too. I mean, I'm with you. I like the Spinosaurus, even like the current version of the Spinosaurus that as we understand it. I still really like that creature. I think it's a very cool animal.
I just like the spine.
Yeah,
There's just
that
something very
fin is
iconic
fucking
about it.
cool. That fin is
Yeah.
really cool.
I couldn't for the life of me even think about why it's needed, but you know what?
Oh, I think
I like it.
Um, actually, I want to say at least, this might be outdated information now, but I want to say the fin works much the same as Godzilla's fins in Shin Godzilla. It's like a way to like cool off essentially.
Huh.
I think I could be wrong about that. I want to say that was the case though.
Well, that's true. That's honestly pretty cool.
I'm trying to look at this to see if there's anything.
It's just like so weird with dinosaurs because I always feel like the information we have current is like very much. Well, I mean, I guess this is true for like all science. You know, science related fields. You know, something new is always being discovered. But like, I feel like with dinosaurs, like they like the understanding of them has just been like has been changed, or at least it feels like it's been changing so much.
Sorry, well, I totally fucking. I was googling why the Spinosaurus has the sail.
Oh, did you find out?
No, not yet. I'm still looking. But
Okay.
what were you saying?
Well, I was just saying that I just find it so wild that like, you know, with the information we have on dinosaurs, like, much like any other field of science, stuff just like is so subject to change. Like, I feel like our understanding is just like it's just like so different from like what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Whether that's because I actually pay more attention to like credible sources on it or whatnot, but it feels like it's one of those things that's like changed more than anything else. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with with extinct animals. Like we can only theorize about them. There's no way for us to really know exactly what they looked like, or how they behaved, et cetera, et cetera. We can only really theorize.
What color they were.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean it would be. I don't know how I would feel if we got like concrete answers to some of those questions. I feel like some of the mystique would be removed from dinosaurs.
Yeah, I honestly really like how just because of how little we know about them, it takes away, like, if we did know, I feel like it would take away some of the creativity that people can bring
Mm-hmm.
to to them by putting them in media or whatever. Because like if you have, because I feel like if we knew everything there is to know, we would get those fucking people who are always just like, I mean, we still get them now,
Mm-hmm.
but the actually people would be out even more than they already are. And I don't know. I think having some, I think with dinosaurs having some um room for creative choices in terms of appearance is good, and I think it's just naturally there because we don't know what they look like.
Yeah. Um.
Even if we know like the general shape of what they look like obviously we knew for a while what velociraptors actually looked like. They just didn't make the velociraptors actually look like velociraptors in Jurassic Park because they didn't look nearly as scary.
Well, that's the thing.
Um,
Like, even over the years, like fossil reconstruction has changed very drastically for
yeah.
these creatures. And I saw something on Facebook the other day that was really cool. It was like a comparison of like what we initially thought they looked like back in like the mid 1800s to the early 1900s versus what we thought they looked like back in the 90s and what we think they look like today. It was really really cool to see like the evolution of what we thought those creatures looked like. And I wish I wish I remembered who posted it because it was so cool to see.
You do find it, I would love to see it.
If I find I think I remember who shared it, but I could be wrong. I will look later. Because
Okay.
if I exit my phone on Discord, we're gonna have the thing where you can't hear me for some reason.
Ooh, don't want that.
Yeah, because that's a pain in the ass. So
It is
we'll figure that out later. But it was really because like something like the iguanodon. I mean, we used to think that thing was basically a big iguana with like a horn on its nose, and now we know that's not even close to what it actually looked like. And same thing with like most theropods. We thought they were like standing upright and their tails dragged on the ground, and now it's like no. The tails were used to balance. They hunched over and they used the tails for balance. The fact that we've come so far in like the understanding of what those creatures looked like in the flesh is honestly impressive. And I mean, yeah, it's been like over 100 years since we first started learning about dinosaurs, so that kind of tracks that we know more now. But still,
Yeah. Well, I think that it's I think you can also infer a lot of like, how they would act by looking at stuff that's alive today.
yeah,
Uh, like you got birds obviously, but like, some of like the bigger, like the what's the what's the name of the one that's essentially just a cow with a duck bill? Forgot the name of it.
I mean, there's a couple of them like Edmontosaurus.
Yeah, like that. Like they're basically like I don't know, like rhinos or like that's kind of how I think of them, like the rhinos or elephants of the time,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that. So I don't know, that's just my line of thinking. But
Yeah,
and obviously I'm not a scientist, but I feel like evolutionary paths, like things will kind of go in a direction because that's kind of like what the Earth allows. Like things
yeah.
don't get.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
No,
shit,
we're not. We're
but
definitely not.
definitely not.
But
Speaking of not being scientists, do you think we're gonna get dinosaurs in real life?
no, absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. It's not happening.
Yeah,
If we did, what do you think would happen?
I don't know. I would imagine it would actually probably be like kind of a Jurassic World scenario, at least for Dominion, because like the end of Dominion, well, not the end of Dominion, but like Biosyn, they have the the preserve where they can just kind of live how they want
And hang out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if we were to find, I don't think we're ever gonna be
No
able
way.
to fucking clone dinosaurs from any
Uh-uh.
source whatsoever. But if we were to
I mean,
find a dinosaur,
that being said though, like science, like there's shit that we have today that people didn't even dream of.
This is true.
And like genetics and biotech, it's still a pretty new field. So
Mhm.
there's who knows? Like right now I can confidently say I don't think there's a way to bring back long dead species. Maybe like recently extinct species possibly, but
Yeah.
new ones, no way. But I don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that if we were to if we were to find a dinosaur living in real life, it would probably be like um
It would be in the ocean.
that yeah, probably. But if there were any like land roaming dinosaurs, like we would probably like it'd probably be the same thing with like, tagging, sharks essentially. We'd tag it and just kind of let it do its thing while scientists monitor it to see like how it lives, maybe bring it to a preservation somewhere so it's not like killed by some asshole hunter or something. That's kind of what I think. I don't know. I doubt we'd bring it to like some kind of zoo. That seems not ill-advised, but like just kind of common sense. Like this is probably the last of its kind. We don't want to bring this into captivity. That's probably a terrible way for it to go out.
I mean, it being the last of its kind might also be used as justification for bringing it into captivity.
I guess. I don't know. It's a two-way street, I feel.
Yeah. Well, something I always think about quite often, and this is about like, what happened if dinosaurs and humans were living together, fucking pandemonium.
Just like
but
in
I always
the Bible,
think about
Brian.
that. Yeah, like in the Bible. Yeah, the devil's put dinosaurs here, Dave.
It's true.
But I always think about that line from The Lost World where it was like, I don't remember who said it, but basically it's along the lines of like, they have no reason to fear us because they don't like, because like they don't have interaction with us. So, like and then I also think about something else that I heard from a YouTube channel called Roanoke Gaming, who went over, I don't remember what movie it was, but basically he said something along the lines of like, there are animals that just straight up avoid us because we look sickly to them.
Okay.
Because we're just different. Like we look different. Like we look different than like, we're like bald apes essentially. And to a lot of animals, apparently that's like off-putting.
Interesting.
And I put both of those lines of thought into one, and I'm just like, I don't really care what humans would think of dinosaurs if they were living together. I just think it would be so weird for the dinosaurs. Like, what would they even think?
Yeah.
Like, what would they do? Like, what would their instincts even like? Would their instinct be to try and eat us? Would it be to just like avoid us entirely? Would it be that of curiosity?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know, because like I understand that, like, yeah, I mean, in like humans look fucking weird for animals. Like they do. We have like no survival instinct anymore, and basically all of our natural tools for survival have been dulled or removed completely because we live in a we live in a world where it's completely dominated by us.
Yeah.
So I just think
we really don't have any like evolutionary relatives that look vague. I mean, we have ones that look vaguely similar, but like not to the extent that like some dinosaurs did.
I mean, the closest
for
thing
theropods,
to us is,
there's
is apes.
Yeah,
and
but
apes
even
look very
then,
different.
They do. It's not like something like a velociraptor and a Deinonychus. They're two very different species, but they look very much alike, as far as we know. But humans don't really have that at all. We're very unique in that sense.
Yeah, it's because like our the whole big thing now is trying to put the piece of what we evolved from specifically, and where some of these like subspecies of humans went, and how they died off and how we kind of came to the top and all that. and but there's just nothing like there's nothing left that looks like us at all.
Yeah.
You know, again, the closest thing is apes, and they don't walk upright. They hunch over. They use all four limbs to walk around, and they don't speak like people.
Hmm.
So it's like questions like that like always, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because like if you take the the scenario of Jurassic Park and you actually put it like what would it be like if it actually happened in real life? I just think the dinosaurs would be fucking baffled. I would think they would think that we were like a sick animal and would like avoid us,
Yeah,
honestly.
probably.
Because we don't look like their food. Like you know how like a lot of animals, even predators, they like avoid us and they'll only attack if they're like desperate, which they are getting more desperate because our planet is fucked, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're not their first choice by a wide margin. We're just not. No, that's my thought. What do you think?
No, I mean, I'm in agreement. I mean, I think you're right in that if there were any surviving dinosaurs out there, like I think they'd want nothing to do with us. I think they'd rather just hide and live their lives. I mean, yeah, it's not like it's obviously a hoax, but something like the Loch Ness monster. There's a reason you don't see it because it's if we're assuming the Loch Ness monster does actually exist, there's a reason we don't see it, because it doesn't want anything to do with humanity. Stuff like that.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Literally, I would love.
I don't
want to
be in your goddamn picture.
I would love for the Loch Ness monster to like exist, because I think just like the idea of there actually being a surviving dinosaur. And yeah, you can make the argument that like marine reptiles aren't totally dinosaurs, because pterosaurs aren't really dinosaurs, all that kind of stuff. But
I use dinosaur as like an encompassing term for anything that was alive during that era.
Yeah, it's just like us with our definition of tokusatsu and kaiju.
It's very much open to interpretation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I will say, I'll put my foot down. Dimetrodon was not a dinosaur. Fuck yourself.
Wait, what?
Dimetrodon.
I'll look this up.
It was in Jurassic World. It was the thing in the mines.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think those are cool, but
yeah,
they're
not dinosaurs.
Like
they're synapsids.
They look like lizards.
They don't. They're not supposed to look like lizards.
Well, the one I'm looking at looks like a lizard.
I am pretty sure our current understanding of Dimetrodon is that it's closer to a mammal than a lizard.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
So were they covered in fur then, or?
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't really know. It's it's a synapsid, so it's sort of like kind of in that gray area between like reptile and mammal, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty cool though.
Yeah, no, it is, but everyone says, "Oh, Dimetrodon's a dinosaur." No, it's not. It's a synapsid. It's a totally different thing.
I mean, it is the size, roughly, of like an alligator.
Yeah.
Or I guess more like a crocodile. Alligators are the smaller ones. Yeah. I mean, I guess I see what you're saying with it. If it was actually more like a mammal and was covered in fur, then yeah. Mammals were the only things that really survived. So
that's true. Dimetrodon,
because there were mammals back then, and they survived because they burrowed away, and that's how mammals became the most dominant life form on the planet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's more of them.
Here we are today.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Well, you kind of mentioned it, and we should probably start to wrap this up pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted to just mention the ocean real quick.
Go for it.
there's still dinosaurs in the ocean.
Okay, you're putting your
There's
foot down. Okay.
I'm putting my foot down. Sharks are dinosaurs.
This
They
is
are
true.
dinosaurs. And you can call me fucking biased because I fucking love sharks.
Sharks are
I
very
loved
cool.
sharks. Listen, I loved sharks before I loved dinosaurs.
Okay.
They were my first animal love as a kid. Like those were what I was obsessed with first.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can ask both my parents, they'll say I love sharks before everything else. But sharks have been around for like super long.
They have.
Like
Yeah.
let me look this up.
I want to say, aren't sharks like kind of the oldest still living animal? I want to say I
Yes.
saw that somewhere.
They have been around for 450 million years.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no way there's another animal older than that.
And
I don't think.
that's not even that's an estimation because that's just the earliest evidence of them.
Yeah.
So there could be an older fossil that we just haven't found yet. But sharks definitely still dinosaurs. You know, I want to believe there's a megalodon out there still, but there isn't. But I mean, like megalodons themselves, they're just scaled up great whites. We still
Pretty
have
much.
great whites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's a lot easier to kind of get an idea of what it's a lot easier to get an idea of what a shark looked like just from its fossil, because you have a still
frame of
alive
reference,
frame
yeah.
of reference, and literally like I've seen a megalodon fossil in real life at I think it was like New York Aquarium or something.
Oh, with the
They have one.
big ass jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fucking rad.
And it's and they have a great white one like right next to it. And It's
Yeah.
like the same shit.
Mhm.
It's the same exact thing, just bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think sharks still dinosaurs. They're still here. Same thing with like alligators and crocodiles to like a lesser extent. I don't
Yeah.
know how long they've been around, but I know that they have like thick boy ancestors from back during the dinosaur times. What was the one that was like just a really fucking big alligator?
I want
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Is it this? Is it Sarcosuchus? Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Sarcosuchus.
It had the really long snout, right?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
9 meters long.
Holy shit. I mean, that sounds a lot like the one that they saw on that Florida golf course a while back.
Honestly, yeah, it does.
That was so big.
It is
I mean,
very
I bet
large.
you could get alligators that or like crocodiles that big if you
Yeah.
just give them an unending amount of food.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which I mean, like if you're in Florida, you know, they already have that.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah, I mean that was all I wanted to say. You know, I think, you know, we can go on forever about what's in the ocean because I think we have seen more of space than we have actually seen of the
I
ocean.
know. Yeah.
Like we've mapped most of the ocean, but we haven't seen most of it.
Hold on.
But I mean, who fucking knows? There's probably some creepy ass shit down there. Stuff that's probably been around longer than the dinosaurs. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
I looked it up. More than 80% of our ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored.
unmapped? Oh, okay.
So
I thought
yeah.
we've mapped a good amount of it. We just haven't seen it.
I don't know. It's probably
But-
too deep at some points to really map.
True. That's
That.
true.
So yeah.
I mean, how far down does the Marianas Trench even go?
God knows. Yeah,
I wanna see.
This article is from last year, on my birthday, no less. So that's fairly recent. So yeah, more than 80%. We don't know what's down there. Who knows? Dinosaurs.
Apparently,
is what's down
it
there.
is the Mariana Trench goes 7 miles.
7 miles. Goodness. That's pretty far.
That doesn't sound far, but
it doesn't sound
definitely
far,
is.
no. I mean,
It definitely
seven
is.
miles like horizontally. Yeah, that doesn't seem
Yeah.
far. 7 miles down, different story.
Yeah, and then apparently if you put If you put Mount Everest at the bottom of it, the peak would still be about 2,000 meters below.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. God
Jesus
damn.
Christ.
Well, this episode just got strangely existential.
It really did. I meant to say that earlier because we've been kind of existential throughout the whole episode.
I just think that whenever you bring the ocean into anything,
yeah,
it just automatically becomes existential.
No, I agree.
He's got some weird eldritch gods down there.
Probably that's what Underwater is about.
Oh god, that is such a good movie.
It really is.
I can't believe that movie was just sitting around somewhere,
right?
For like
it's wild,
like 3 years, and they just never released it. That's fucking criminal. That movie was so good.
I know. I gotta rewatch it.
That was the last movie we saw before COVID.
Yeah,
I remember that distinctly.
All right. Anything else to add on dinosaurs before we move on, Brian?
Dude, I got nothing. I just fucking love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go play Evolution 2, but I can't play it because every time I try to play it, I get a graphics error.
Oh,
so.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I got to do some kind of workaround.
Well,
but
I wish you luck on that.
Dinosaurs are fucking great. I did want to just maybe throw in one extra thing. I wish we would get more dinosaur media outside of just Jurassic.
Well, that's the thing. Like I want to say, like a couple of years ago, I don't know what it was, but someone was trying to make a dinosaur movie, and like the studio told them no because because their dinosaurs are for Jurassic Park. That's their thing, and it's like
that's so dumb.
No, like we can have other dinosaur media in Hollywood, not just
Nobody
Jurassic.
owns dinosaurs.
Yeah, like it's I don't know. And you know what? Now Jurassic World's done. It's done.
I mean, let's get some Jurassic World Dominion was like nobody liked that movie.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that there's probably it is ripe for competition right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you can make a really good. I don't know what you would even do.
All right, listen to me, Hollywood. Listen to me. Make a Carnosaur reboot, you fucking cowards.
Make Dinosaur 2.
Make Disney's Dinosaur 2. I'd fucking watch that.
Disney's Dinosaur 2. Or live action Land Before Time.
Oh my god. That'd be pretty rad, actually.
I mean, it's a big thing right now to do live action versions of animated films.
I know,
so.
But I don't think Land Before Time isn't Disney, so.
No, it's not Disney. That for some reason I thought it was for a second, but then I remember it wasn't.
Yeah.
So. But I don't know. I mean, still. God.
You good over there?
No, I've been coughing a lot.
All right.
Fair enough. That's all I had to add.
All right, cool.
I would love more movies.
Yeah.
I would even love to have more like informative TV shows on it, or maybe like more stuff like Walking with Dinosaurs or whatever. Honestly, I think TV shows might actually, or like or documentary series. Definitely.
Oh my god! How did I fucking forget to mention this? How did I forget to mention this? Mother fucking Primeval on BBC.
Oh, I was gonna actually bring that up, but I also forgot about it.
Fucking adored that show.
Yeah, by the maker of Samurai Jack.
No, that's
Or
totally
no, I'm thinking of Primal.
You're thinking of Primal, which is also fucking great, and I'm shocked we didn't mention that. No, Primeval.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking Primeval. They're like the same word.
So Primeval was a show on BBC in like the mid 2000s, and essentially like time-space anomalies would open up in the world, and it wasn't limited to dinosaurs. Just prehistoric creatures would just come through and just kind of wreak havoc, not because they're like malicious like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, but because like they're in a world that they have no fucking idea how anything works, and they're fucking terrified essentially.
Oh, dude, I know about this show.
Oh, you do? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I watched it, but I think I've been aware of it.
Yeah, it's a great. It's
very familiar.
Objectively, it's not great. It's kind of goofy and cheesy, but I loved that show when it was airing.
Oh my god. They have an episode with giant primeval bugs. Not a fan. Glad we didn't get into that, gonna be honest. Prehistoric bugs were fucking
You're
terrifying.
goddamn right they are.
I don't like thinking about it. God.
All right, well, we'll move on from that. Yeah, Primeval, love that show. I never watched the American version because I heard it was kind of bad, but
I mean, it looks like it's a UK show, right?
it is a UK show, but they did an American version. It was like Primeval New something or other, and it aired on the
Dude,
Sci-Fi
Americans
Channel.
ruin everything, huh?
Right? And the worst part was, I'm pretty sure it was like canon with the UK show. New World.
That's a bummer.
Because they had a character from the original show as one of the cast members.
That is a bummer.
Yeah,
I hate to see it.
It was lame. But yeah, God, I loved Primeval when it was on.
Now I might watch it.
It was created by the same guy who created Walking with Dinosaurs.
Oh shit, okay. Well
Yeah.
you know what, that's probably why I know it then.
Yeah.
Huh.
I
Right.
might
Well,
go
also
back and
Primal.
watch this.
Forgot to shout
Yeah,
that one
Primal.
out. Primal.
I still need to watch the
good.
trailer for season 2 because I know that just dropped. But yeah, Primal's excellent.
It's a very metal show.
It is. That's putting it lightly.
Yep. Well, I think we should wrap this up
I think you're right.
because we've been here for like a while now.
Hour and a
Hour and a half.
So that's our episode on dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool. Bottom line.
Dinosaurs are cool,
and they will never not be cool.
It's true. Yeah. Leave your favorite dinosaur in the Instagram comments.
Please do. Actually, like I think I talked about that last episode, but I don't think anyone did because we don't have enough followers. But that's okay.
No, they don't.
But yeah, leave your favorite.
We gotta start doing some. We gotta start doing some outreach.
I know. Moving on to our next and final segment. What new cool kaiju thing are you checking out right now, Brian? Is there any new cool kaiju thing you're checking out right now?
Well, tonight I'm gonna watch Ultraman, and then thing I have checked out was I finally listened to the new Oxygen Destroyer album, which was awesome.
Hell yeah. Fucking
Yeah, it
great.
was awesome.
I bought my tickets to see Oxygen Destroyer in August
I was
today.
gonna say I'm very jealous that you're
Yeah.
seeing them.
I'm
You
very
son
excited.
of a bitch.
Listen, Brian, you're in their neck of the woods. They're from Oregon. You're closer. They probably
Well,
do
when you
hometown
see
shows all the
them,
time.
When you see them, ask if they're gonna be playing in Washington
All
anytime
right,
soon.
I will.
I'm
God.
like a 4-hour drive from Oregon, Dave. That's like driving to New York.
Okay, well, they probably play Washington too. They're close enough.
Also, but even if they play in Seattle, that's still a 2-hour drive.
You're going to see Red Fang. They're from Oregon.
Well, Red Fang is actually playing in here.
I know. That's
Like,
what. But that's what I'm
Brilliant.
saying. They're playing very close to you, even though they're from Oregon.
Well, yeah, but they this is completely off topic. I'm sorry, listeners, but they're playing here because this was like Bellingham was their first outside gig,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like a ritual thing
All
for
right.
them.
Okay. Whatever you say.
So like most bands usually just play in Seattle
Yeah.
or Vancouver.
Mhm.
So I have to choose which one I want to commit time to going to, which is definitely going to be Vancouver because I can go get some dope ass fucking ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I'm checking out.
Okay. I haven't exactly been checking out anything, but there is something I've been doing recently.
Oh,
Do you know where I'm going with this, Brian?
I don't like how you said that.
Okay, that's a fair point. But do you know where I'm going with this?
No.
Okay. Well, let me paint you a picture, Brian. At work, we have a Roku TV in the break
Oh,
room.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. As soon as you said at work, I knew it. Almost every day, you send me a new Snapchat
I
of what
do.
you've been.
I do.
Yeah.
It's so great. So we have a Roku
It's like a
TV.
punchline at this point.
I know.
It's part of my day's routine.
Your
Is
daily routine. Yeah.
from you like the same time every day.
Because I go on break at the same time every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, at work we have a smart TV, we have a Roku TV. And to start, we just had YouTube. YouTube is really the only thing on there because like every other app on Roku, you need to like have a login for. So no one really had any login because they didn't want to put their login on a streaming service and in a break room TV, which is fair, understandable. For shits and giggles, one day I was like, nothing's on the TV right now. Let me go on YouTube. I know all the Showa Godzilla films are on there. I'm gonna put on Godzilla. And you know what? I did just that. I put on the original Godzilla. I think someone turned it off halfway through, which, that fucking sucks. I don't know who did that, but
Bummer.
Fuck you, whoever that was. And and that was like a month or two ago. I recently did it again, and I've been doing it more and more often, and I'm like, ha ha ha, I have so much power here. But I totally underestimated exactly how much power I had. Because I thought, oh, you know what? I think all the Ultraman stuff is on Tubi, and I think the original Kamen Rider is also on Tubi. And Tubi is a free app for anyone who doesn't know. You don't even need to log in. So I downloaded Tubi onto Roku, and I was gonna fire up Ultraman. And what did I see upon opening up Tubi? Not only were the Showa Godzilla films also on Tubi, but also every single one of the Gamera films were also on Tubi for free. So here I am going like, oh, and not only that, there were some other like miscellaneous kaiju stuff, like Rodan, War of the Gargantuas, stuff like that. And I'm like, I have a lot more power over this break room than I initially thought. There's almost literally every Mill Creek Ultraman, every Ultraman release that Mill Creek has done, that is all available for free on Tubi. And I mentioned earlier in the episode, that includes pretty much every mainline Ultraman series. Which means I can put any mainline Ultraman series on in the break room if I so desire.
Dave, you've become the kaiju dictator.
I have. No one can stop me. I'd like to see them try.
When your break is over, you just leave with the remote.
I could do that actually.
Put it in your pocket.
But you know what the best part is? People enjoyed it. Like I put Ultra Q on, and the other day when I put Ultra Q on, the episode with Namagon was playing, and I heard two of my coworkers talk like they were actively invested in what was happening in the episode. They were like legitimately having a good time. And I'm like, yes, I'm converting
Are they
everyone.
like your age or are they older?
They were my age.
Oh, fuck, that's wild.
Yeah. I mean, one of them was a little younger. I think one of them is like closer to my age. Like they were 19, and I think the other one was closer to my age. But still,
you're doing the Lord's work.
I am
Dave.
doing the Lord's work. Yeah. I put Gamera the Brave on the other day. Good stuff. Everyone was
all of these were Snapchatted to me
They were every time I've done it. Every time I put something on, I send out Snapchats to people. Be like, look what I put on today. So yeah,
I think you should pull a fast one and put something super fucked up on.
What could that be though?
I don't know.
I'd
have to think about it.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's what I've been checking out. Even though it's not really something I've been checking out.
It's something. I've been making other people check stuff out.
Yeah, so that's good enough.
It's like a reverse Uno card.
Yeah, exactly. It is. But yeah. So, well, other than that, I think that's the show, Brian.
I think that is the show.
Wow, that was a good episode.
Yeah. That was a good episode. I
Yeah.
like talking about
I
dinosaurs.
like talking about dinosaurs. Fuck it. You know what? It's not talking Toku anymore. It's talking dinosaurs. Just
No,
talking,
every
talking with
other-
dinosaurs. It's a play on
every
walking with
other-
dinosaurs.
Oh my god, we honestly, this is why we should have taken more time to think about what we want to name this.
I mean, that'll just be
Is it too late to rebrand?
We're on episode 30, I think so, Brian.
Every other episode of this show
It's just dinosaur
is
related.
going to be dinosaurs.
I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Yeah, but we'll have to watch something with dinosaurs.
We will. We absolutely will. All right.
All right.
But yeah, that's it for today. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Talking Toku. But that's not it. That's not all anymore.
Huh?
Talking Toku is about to be on YouTube, baby.
Oh shit!
I made a YouTube channel shortly before we went live. Well, started
Are
recording.
you
rather.
are you gonna just upload it straight?
So some of the interns here at the studio have been making video versions, and by that I mean they've like made like a still image with our logo and a couple things in the background. And
What about our icons on here?
our icons on. I mean, we could.
Our icons on Discord.
Yeah, I mean, we could download them and toss those in there too if we want. But
Right.
yeah, Talking
And,
Toku's
I mean,
gonna be on YouTube.
Our listeners don't know this, but my Discord icon is an owl on a skateboard, and Dave's is Godzilla holding a gun to the screen.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty indicative of how we are as people.
I cannot stress how much I love that picture of Godzilla holding a gun. It's such a good picture.
I mean, yeah, but I think my picture is very much me.
It absolutely is. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I think you should put our icons on there.
I can do that. I can definitely start doing that. I don't know when
Cool.
I'm gonna, because I'd have to like go back into the entire backlog, because I think they only did it for a handful of episodes, so I'd have to go into the
I think-
backlog to do that.
I think we should probably just do some of our more recent ones
Mhm.
because our old ones are kind of, they're
We can't have a
our
revisionist
old
history,
episodes
Brian.
are a little bad.
Yeah, but we can't have a revisionist history. We have
Yeah,
we
can.
have to present it as it was.
Hey, if politicians can do it, so can I.
I don't want to be compared to a politician. Fuck that.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Excited about that.
Yeah, well, we'll be on. I don't know how long it'll be. It's going to be interesting to see when this episode goes up versus when things finally get put on YouTube. I'll have a nice little point in time I can use to measure. But yeah, coming soon to a YouTube near you. Talking Toku.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you wanted to talk more about dinosaurs, let us know, because we'll be happy to talk more about dinosaurs.
Yes, please talk to us. We're craving social interaction.
That
please.
too, yeah, honestly. All right, well, without further ado, I'm David.
I'm Brian.
Goodbye. So long.
Bye.